Hi everyone, and welcome to our Sports Nutrition and Opportunity and Information webinar. My name's Phil HAYDON. I'm going to be taking you through the first little section, a little bit about myself. I've been in the personal training industry now for 16 years, just a little bit over 16 years. You can see some photos there of some of the things that I've done, but I've worked in boot camps, partnerships, leisure centres, bodybuilding gyms. I did active afternoon community coaching with kids. I was also a trek leader, took people across the Kokoda track in Papua New Guinea and base camp in Nepal. So I've done a lot of different things within the health and fitness industry. Tonight you're going to hear from former professional athletes, amateur athletes, people that are personal trainers, people in and around the health and fitness industry. And we're really wanting to shape this call and to talk to everybody about the nutrition partner that we choose to align ourselves with. Certainly something that came into my life right at the right time. I was a personal training manager who had actually built the largest team of rental-based personal trainers in the country, topped out around about 45 that we had in one gym in the outer eastern suburbs of Melbourne, something quite unique. But it was actually one of my personal trainers who was clearly looking to enhance his own income. He was starting to use this supplement. I noticed he had more energy, that he was actually recruiting and retaining more of his customers and clients. That really got my attention. I actually just asked him what he was using, and he proceeded to give me a bit of information about the product. But the one really important thing he said to me was energy. Now, at the time, he wouldn't know, based on everything that we're just seeing, that I was really struggling for energy. I was doing, I thought, far too much. I was training, getting ready for my second black belt in martial arts. I just figured that everybody who did a bit too much would be tired. I was certainly on top of my whole food nutrition. But as soon as he mentioned energy, I said, mate, let me try some of this stuff. And after about 6 weeks, it took me 6 weeks, I got an energy shift. I felt incredible. I thought, like most blokes do, I'm fixed, everything's great. I went to the doctor shortly after, just for an annual checkup. I had to do some ultrasounds on some bumps and bruises, and it turned out that the reason I'd been feeling so lousy all of that time was that I had really advanced cancer in my throat, which was a bit of a shock. But I'm speaking to you now at a period of time where we're sort of in self-isolation, and it was a very similar process. I had to look at how I was making my income and had a recognition or realization that I couldn't make that income the same way anymore. That was pretty scary to me. And then somebody mentioned this thing called royalty or residual-based income that I could do out of this nutrient support that I was already using and feeling amazing with. So I took that really, really seriously. They also mentioned that I could will this idea, this business that I could possibly and potentially create to other generations of my family, which was really important to me, being a wife and a husband. A husband and having two little girls at the time. And so it was really important to me. So I just was just like I did with martial arts. I was really teachable, got on with the job, in and around hospital beds, treatment wards, different things. I was able to follow up my clientele. I was able to look after my customer base. And it actually grew to a position now where a business in 13 countries around the world, we make more than $250,000 a year in royalty-based income alone. Also retail and recruit people all the time that are just looking to feel a little bit better, have a bit more energy, or potentially make some extra income. But I'd like to, go through a little bit more about our nutrition partner. I'll be handing off soon to one of my colleagues, one of my peers, and then we're going to be hearing from some of the people, some real stories, real people doing real things. And at the end of the call, I'll just sort of cover off on a few of the things that we might be facing in our industry at the moment, and see where we go from there. So I might just hand off right now to Justin over in New Zealand. Thanks, guys, for hearing from me for this point of time.
Thanks very much, Phil. And an amazing story when faced with the challenges that you were faced with to build such a business that you have. And yes, welcome everybody to our Sports Nutrition Opportunity meeting tonight. I'm Justin Wallace and will be your host this evening. So I would just like to start by talking a bit about the sports nutrition industry today. It's a $1.1 billion business in Australia alone. It's actually growing faster than the weight loss industry. Protein powders remain the dominant gene, while protein bars have grown by 12%. So it's fair to say there's a real opportunity in this area right now. But before we take a look into this, you might be asking who Herbalife is. So let's take a look. So Herbalife Today is the leading company in the wellness industry, and we've been around for 40 years. Herbalife is a multi-billion-dollar company with tens of customers all over and 8,000 employees looking after us all over the world. The Herbalife difference is really reflected in the fact that our products are only available through an independent Herbalife member. We offer our consumers personalised one-on-one support. We simply focus on their results and they're having a great experience. Herbalife is also a proud member of the DERIC Selling Association. So Herbalife now is a worldwide corporation with operations in over 90 countries around the world. That means to say that our products have been scrutinised and have been approved by all of these countries' health authorities. Herbalife became a publicly listed company on the New York Stock Exchange in 2004, where only the most prestigious companies can trade. We also have an incredible board of high caliber doctors and scientists behind the scenes. These are some of them, but let me just highlight a couple of them. At the top, we have Dr. David Heber, who is the director of UCLA Center for Human Nutrition. And then below him is Dr. Louis Ignarro, a Nobel Prize laureate in physics and medicine. The Nutrition Advisory Board is a global group of over 300 and over 30 PhDs. This board assures us of having the best quality products in the marketplace. What I like about this is I don't have to look at the back of the label and scrutinize what's in it. These guys know a lot more about nutrition than I do. So Herbalife's now a highly recognized brand, especially in the sports arena, where we sponsor some fantastic events and hundreds of remarkable athletes who love our products all over the world, like the #1 cricket batsman in the world, Virat Kohli, the Australian soccer team, the Western Sydney Wanderers, and Heather Jackson, a highly accomplished triathlete and Iron Woman winner. Herbalife is also proud to be the global nutrition partner of world-renowned soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, who, in partnership with Herbalife, has developed our amazing sports nutrition product, CR7. So our philosophy is simple. It's to create healthy, active lifestyle communities by educating people on the concept of 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, and 100% positive mindset and attitude. And by doing so, we can create community health, person by person, city by city, country by country. So we conduct many healthy, active lifestyle activities, which are a lot of fun to help our communities live healthier and happier lifestyle, like weight loss challenges, fit clubs, shake parties. These activities engage our participants and coaches to work together towards achieving great results. Herbalife's all about the products. Many people use our inner nutrition products to lose weight or gain weight and lean muscle mass, or simply to improve their level of wellness and vitality. And many others use our outer nutrition Herbalife skin products to look better and keep their skin looking younger and healthier every day. But tonight we want to focus on our award-winning range of Herbalife 24 sports nutrition products for better performance, hydration, and recovery. So let me introduce you to Herbalife 24, our sports nutrition range for the 24-hour athlete, or simply put, for anyone who wants to lead an active, healthy lifestyle. Herbalife 24 is designed based on the latest science. Whether you're a gentle jogger, gym lover, or an elite athlete, Herbalife 24 has products to help you take training, performance, and recovery to the next level. This is our Herbalife 24 program. Now, it's a comprehensive sports nutrition program catering to the needs of athletes and active people, providing a pre, during, post-workout nutrition solution, helping you train, hydrate, recover, and perform like never before. All Herbalife 24 products are prohibited substance tested and free from artificial colors and free from artificial flavors. Every batch, and this is quite critical, every batch of every product is individually tested. Obviously, these products are the foundation of this business, and we'll look at the next slide for those who are interested. So there's a definite income opportunity with Herbalife, but not just an income. You can also enjoy a better lifestyle, part-time or full-time. You can work a Herbalife business in order to attract supplemental income part-time, or even work full-time to attract a higher level of income. If you choose to, it's really up to you. As you're about to hear from some of our guest speakers, Herbalife really does offer a great income and lifestyle opportunity. So if you are interested, we will show you how to start your own health and nutrition business every step of the way. So we'll start with myself. So I started on the Herbalife program 2 years ago. As you can see from the left, I was carrying a bit of weight. But as a former professional rugby league player, it didn't sit well with me put on that weight. I was once a fit, strapping speedster on the rugby league field that had turned into a Teletubby. And I didn't like carrying the weight. But to tell the truth, I was eating poorly and drinking far too much alcohol. I wasn't looking after myself. So I embarked on a Herbalife program and lost over 15 kilos in 2 years. I now have a lot more energy. I'm a lot more active. I can run around the backyard with my boys. And I just like the fact that at 51, I'm back on the rugby league field playing and competing against guys a lot younger. Now let's hear from our first guest speaker tonight. Gary Burgess is one of our boxing coaches here in Christchurch, New Zealand. Gary, are you on the line?
I've boxed amateur and professionally through the years, quite a few years ago. Now I'm a trainer in my boxing gym, and I do PTs, and I also train amateur and professional boxers. When I'm training PTs in particular, most of them want to lose weight, and part of my I guess my challenge was to have all the answers for them when they ask the question, how do I lose the weight? And when I say to them, it's not just going to be an hour with me, it's going to be in the kitchen. So we had those challenges of actually answering those questions. Then I saw a post on Facebook from a member and a good friend of mine, Dean Harrison, and he'd lost quite a lot of weight. And one of his comments was that he'd lost it the nutritionally way. So I made contact with him and found out about Herbalife. As you can see with the photos there on the screen, I'd trained probably 4 to 5 days a week. Ate well. I didn't mind having a beer, but certainly not a big drinker, and wouldn't drink more than 1 or 2 times a week, and wouldn't have much to drink. So I didn't think that was the issue, but I just couldn't lose this weight. Within 3 weeks of getting on Herbalife, I had a result like you can see on the other photo, which was fantastic. I also then decided to start pushing the product and got into the business a bit and started looking into some of my clients. And as one of my poster boys, this photo here, you can see the middle photo, we went from the big photo to the middle photo within 4 weeks. And then the far photo within 6 weeks. So after that result, I was sold. Now, not everybody gets the same result, but I've had some great results with a lot of clients with the Herbalife product. I also use the Herbalife 24 product for a lot of my boxers, and we've had some outstanding results with not only weight loss, but body form and performance. So very, very happy with that. From the business side of things, I'm a part-time at this stage. I also run another couple of businesses outside of boxing, but I'm getting great results financially, and the fact that not only do I cover my own product, but I'm putting a bit of money in the bank at the other end as well. So very happy from that end. And some of the key products that we're using, if you look at the photo I just showed you, we started him off on the Ultimate program, and he sold on that, and we really focus on that with him. With my key boxes, we're looking on some key products like the Formula 1 with H24, CR7, and the Rebuild, and we're having some wonderful results. And I'm loving the product, and I'm loving the results. And thank you, Herbalife, and thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks very much, Gary. amazing results for some of those boxers, and you know, it's good to see the form that they've had in the ring. So our next guest speaker, all the way from Brisbane, is the wonderful Leanne Wagner. Leanne, welcome on.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks for having me on the call tonight. For me, I've always lived a healthy, active lifestyle, always played sport as a young lady, and continued it on into my adult life as well. I was never really overweight, but I always battled just to lose, you know, about 5 kilos, and battled to get into like the best shape that I wanted for myself. Reluctantly, but when I did implement Herbalife nutrition consistently into my well-balanced diet, I finally dropped over 5 kilos and body fat, and I reshaped, which I was obviously very thrilled about, being a woman, and even as a personal trainer and busting my butt off through exercise, I could never get these results. Another thing that I found, that my energy increased, which was obviously I needed. I was a mum of twins and a son as well, so I needed that extra energy, and I was working out a lot. So I noticed that my sports performance improved dramatically as well, and it gave me a lot of confidence to step up my running and also my triathlon distance as well. And I became an endurance athlete, so I really pushed myself to see what else I could do, and I just loved that thrill of going further and faster as well. Using the Herbalife 24 range really gave me that confidence and noticeable impact on my body composition, but also on my stamina and also my recovery as well. And due to my results, again, I brought them into my personal training business. So I was feeling amazing, so I wanted other people to feel amazing as well. And I still feel that today, which is awesome. So I've got my personal training clients and group training clients, and running, you know, running groups as well. And their results and their like times improved significantly. But what I loved as well was for the women that I was training in particular, they were mums, and they were starting to do things that they never thought that was ever possible. And that was like something that I found for myself as well. So that was really, it's been really great. I've always been really passionate about helping people improve their health and fitness. But what I love the most is the impact that I've not only made to my clients in the local community, but the lives I've touched indirectly through my team, changing lives around Australia, but also internationally as well. And I could never do that as a personal trainer. So yeah, I just love what I do with the company. It's really aligned with what my actual personal training business is all about. And in the last 90 days around my job that I have, and my teenage daughters, and also I travelled over to North America back in the days for 3 weeks, not long ago, when you could actually travel. I've earned just over $3,200, and yeah, just love what I do, and it's only getting, I only feel like I'm getting started. So thanks, Justin, for having me on the call tonight.
Thanks very much, Leanne. So what I just got one comment there. So you were able to, I guess with the PT business, you're limited to the city you live in, but with Herbalife, you've been able to expand your Herbalife business outside of Brisbane.
Yep.
Yeah,
very
fantastic.
True.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Leanne. Right, our next special guest tonight is Stefan Romeo. Now, Stefan's a master in high performance sport. He's a strength and conditioning coach, but I'm going to let him tell you a bit more about himself. Thanks very much for coming on the call tonight, Stefan.
Awesome, guys. Thanks. I've been in the health and fitness industry for about 11 years now. Graduated my Masters of Exercise Science and Nutrition at ACU. I worked in AFL, the VFL, worked in other elite sporting organisations for a long period of time. And what I found is that well, one, very hard to crack that industry, stay in that industry, but also to financially be part of something long-term wasn't really realistic. I was like your normal personal trainer, doing your split shifts, morning and nights. And I was getting a little bit on my days, and I thought, how can I keep doing this for another 10, 15 years? If I want to have a family, if I want to do more. So I got involved with Herbalife. I was skeptical at the start. I'd used products before. I'd spent a lot of my income before on products. Never got a noticeable result. But nevertheless, I needed to be a good student like I was at university. I jumped on, lost 10 kilos, put on 10 kilos of lean muscle mass. And from then, I just used a series of online calls, in-person meetings to start to create a little bit of a business around my existing personal training and strength and conditioning. I did so. The last 2 years has been unbelievable. I've loved absolutely every single second of it. I've been on fully paid holidays from the company. I've got the recognition I've always wanted. I've developed friendships and love with people I've always wanted. And the company with my personal training has paid me over $100,000. I bought my first home, my dream car, and I'm so excited for the future, guys, and where we're about to go with this company. So thank you.
Hey, thanks very much, Stefan. You did mention there that you obviously in your role as a trainee that you had used other products. So what did you see in the Herbalife products in the early days?
I lost weight.
Right.
It did what it said it was going to do. Pretty simple.
Fantastic. Awesome. Hey, thanks very much for being on the call tonight. Right. Now look, our next speaker is all the way from Perth. Our Marko is a former Perth Wildcat. So Marko, thanks very much for coming on the call tonight.
Thank you very much, Justin, and thank you for the opportunity to share on the call with some of our other colleagues. Very excited. My background's in basketball, played professionally for the Perth Wildcats. We won a championship in 2009/2010 season. Before that, I spent 4 years in the US College Division I basketball system, playing for Loyola Marymount University in LA. Prior to that, Australian sort of sports scholarship holder, and also the captain of the Australian Youth Olympics team. We won the gold medal there in 2004 against China, which is a moment I'll never forget. So incredible, I guess, experience and stories throughout sport. And, you know, I never saw myself having that long-term career in sport. And when I made that transition to my plan B, which happened to be an engineering degree at that time, you know, my health wasn't a priority. I wasn't looking after myself. You know, I went from working out 6 hours a day to not working out. I still kept eating, still kept drinking the same things. And I found myself in a position where I was looking and feeling like I never thought I would look and feel before. And what happened next was quite interesting. I was actually at a pub. I was on social media. I was doing some investigation on there, and I happened to reconnect with an old friend of mine who now happens to be my wife. She's there on the photo, of course, but I initially reached out to her pretending to be really interested in my health and wanting to improve that. And I saw that she was vibrant, saw that she was healthy, she was happy, she was doing some incredible things. So I used that as an opportunity to get her to say yes, having dinner with me. The rest is history. Following then, what happened next, I jumped on my program just to check it all out. You know, I wanted to see if it worked for me. And what I found was it tasted fantastic. You know, throughout my sporting career, I've tried so many different products, but I love that this tasted good and it provided results. So for me, if something's going to taste good, I'm going to keep taking it. And if I'm going to keep getting those results, that's another added bonus as well. And, you know, right now I'm in the best shape of my life. I ended up losing 20 kilos. My initial body scan was at 38% body fat now, and now I sit below 10%. So I love how I feel, love how I look. I wish somebody had the courage to tell me about this stuff when I was still playing professionally, because in terms of my performance and recovery, it would have been incredible, right? And I was just watching my wife, you know, building this business, and I decided to join her for a similar meeting like we're on tonight. I heard from some other guys that were creating an impact, and I heard some of the incomes, which was just incredible. I decided to join her in the business, started sharing it with old teammates, old friends, family members. They were getting results too. And I said, wow, this works for everybody. And it was just really, really cool. We've got a business now that pays us a 6-figure annual salary every single year for the past 6 years. We just had our 3 biggest months in business just now. So we're really excited where this is going. And we're really excited to impact more people with this product and this business opportunity. So thank you, Justin, for having me on the call.
Thanks very much, Marko. Amazing what you're doing and hearing about your story. But not only did you find an amazing opportunity with Herbalife, you found a beautiful wife.
Of course, mate. It doesn't come with the program, but it is possible if you try your best, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure a few people would like that opportunity. Hey, thanks very much, Marko. Look, our next guest speaker tonight is one of our legends in the Herbalife world, all the way from this beautiful Sunshine Coast. Let's hand it to Mike THOARS. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks very much, Justin, and thanks for asking me to come onto the call. So, guys, my background is a little bit different. You know, I was always an active sportsman, but not out of that personal training or fitness industry. You know, I sort of did a lot of labouring work, and didn't take me long to work out that profits are better than wages. So I started in business, different businesses. I owned several different businesses over time. I owned a country hotel So, you know, I had the pub industry. So I was used to making people fat and drunk. So it was a real 180, you know, when I, you know, finally did see this opportunity. But, you know, I was sort of fairly successful when I started in business. And I happened to make one little business decision at a time that coincides with something like we have right now with COVID. It was at a time when there was a global stock market crash. And, you know, I literally lost, I was in the process of losing everything. And I just had more money going out than coming in. And I was looking for a way to bring some extra income into the household. I had a very young family. You know, I had another business, a full-time job. And, you know, I just went along to a little live meeting and I just saw some incredible results. And the one that I'll never forget to this day was a gentleman who'd lost 30 kilos in 20 weeks. And at the time I was tired, extremely tired, run down. I was overweight. I just thought, I'm going to give this stuff a go. I was skeptical, but I was a hopeful skeptic. I really wanted it to work. And they just set me up on a customized nutrition program. I started to notice that when I got back from the job I was doing at the time, which was labouring, I was a industrial concreter, so heavy, hard work. I'd get home from work, and rather than going to sleep in front of the TV, you know, I'd play with the kids. You know, I'd do something around the house. I would go out for a run along the beach. I would just be doing things. So it was that energy I started to notice. You know, I was waking up before the alarm. And, you know, they customized it for me to lose weight. And I dropped 9 kilos in a very short space of time. I went back to them. They showed me how to keep it off. And I've been able to maintain that, my ideal weight now for over 30 years, which has been incredible. When I started with the business, you know, I just started part-time, a little bit of extra income. I was making that extra $100, $200 a week, you know, an extra $1,000 a month part-time around what I was doing. And that was great extra income. Just gave me that little bit of freedom that I hadn't had for several years after making that business decision. And after a while, I decided that this is what I wanted to do. So, you know, I quit my job. I came in and I started working from home. And you know, with the training and the support structure that I had, I started to learn some new skills, you know, some things that, you know, learned some things I didn't know, like the 80-20-100 philosophy, and started to really build with that. And then with the, you know, the things that you talked about, Justin, you know, the science that we have, the branding that we now have, you know, that training and support structure, working with my partner, Vicky, we've been able to build a royalty-based passive income that last year paid us well over $200,000 on top of what we already earned with our looking after our client base and looking after our team. So that's been quite incredible. Just gives you that level of freedom to be able to do some of the things that you love doing. You know, from a sporting point of view, I'm now in my 60s. I'm still actively play touch footy. You know, as you can see in the picture there, I played for Australia in the Masters. I've been selected to play for Australia several times. I'm currently in an over 55 state of origin, Queensland state of origin team. I've used the nutrition to run 5 full marathons and a whole bunch of half marathons just because I love running. I'm still an active runner. So, you know, that combination of nutrition and the business opportunity has been absolutely powerful for me. So, yeah, look, thanks very much again for asking me onto the call. I'll hand it back to you, Justin. Thanks, mate.
Thanks very much, Mike. And I think, you know, seeing the fact that you've been able to maintain your weight for as long as you have has been absolutely amazing. And thanks very much for coming on the call tonight. So, look, our next guest speaker is an AFL Hall of Famer and Carlton Football Club legend, Anthony KOUTIFIDES. Welcome to the call.
Thanks very much, Justin. Thanks for having me, guys. So, as you can see, I played Australian rules football for the Carlton Football Club for 16 years. So, I lived my dream. I retired in 2007. I was always one that wanted to keep myself fit and healthy. And 2010 came along. If I slept 11 hours a night, that was still not enough. I'd get home from work and sleep on the couch. Had all these health issues for the first time in my life. I was really concerned. I went to see doctors, allergy specialists, blood specialists. Whatever they told me to do, I felt worse. I was even eating organic food at that time, thinking I knew maybe the good nutrition would help me, and it didn't. So I was just waiting for some bad news to come through, and then my friend sat me down and showed me a Herbalife Ultimate program, and I was a real skeptic, but I jumped on it because when I heard the background info, just the way Justin explained it, I thought, what have I got to lose? And it only took me 6 days to change. I bounced out of bed after 6 hours of sleep, full of energy. And I started training again. My times in recovery were just incredible. And I started hitting the gym. I hadn't been to the gym for 3 years because of shoulder problems. And I've never looked back since. I've absolutely fell in love with the products. And yeah, that's when I got really intrigued with the business. So I went to a big event called the Extravaganza. There was 22,000 people. Heard the stories, and it was exactly what I needed after my sport when I was really unsure of what I was going to do with my life. So luckily, I then put in plan B. And luckily, I did that too, because I started the business part-time. I was working for a car finance company, unhappy, and wife and 3 kids, very happy. And I was also doing a lot of footy talks throughout football season. So very busy, but I've fit in Herbalife around my lifestyle. Within 3 years, my boss brought me into the office and basically fired me. So lucky I had the Herbalife income on the side, that 12 to 14,000 a month, roughly in between there. And only a few months later after that, so about 3.5 years into the Herbalife business, I got to that millionaire team stage, that $15,000 to $30,000 a month income. And so since then, really just been working at home full time, and yeah, enjoying so much time with my family. And I've traveled the world. I've qualified for 8 Herbalife vacations. It's been an absolute blessing. So thank you, Justin.
Yeah, hey, thanks very much, Kurt. And looking at that photo on the right there, you're still in amazing shape. You could probably get out on that AFL field again and you know, crack the whip. Amazing effort. Hey, look, I'm going to just hand back to our previous guest speaker, Phil Hayden, who opened the evening, just to say a few final words. So, Phil, if you could join us again.
And it's nice to hear from all of the people that were on the call tonight. The one thing I really love about being partnered with Herbalife Nutrition as my nutrition partner of choice is the authenticity of the people that I get to spend the time with. Everybody that we've heard from tonight is actually doing what they say they're doing. And a lot of the times, if you're learning from someone in business, or if you're learning from somebody in health and fitness, you actually want to follow and listen to and learn from people that are doing, not somebody who's just standing there saying you should. And that's what I love about this business. A lot of these things we talked about before, every single batch is actually scrutinized and regulated. We actually meet every and qualify for every professional amateur sporting organisation around the world in terms of making sure that we're a clean product that athletes can use. That's a really important thing. And some of my trainers in that gym were going to the Commonwealth Games and stuff like that. They have to be really aware of what they're putting into their body. We want to make sure that we have the best that we can have. It's smart, intelligent, high quality nutrition that we get to put in our body. My athletic performance just for the last 8 years, going through cancer, I'm a walking advertisement of just good nutrition. I'm able to get as many nutrients into my body as I possibly can while my body's under duress. I'm not saying that it's done anything in terms of a cure. What I am saying is that I've been able to provide my body with what it needs to be as strong as it possibly can be, just to make sure I clarify that for everybody that's listening to this call. We come to this point at the moment, we're doing this call where we've got, self-isolation and isolation rules around our country and around the world. One of the things that I say fortunate now that was really happened for me was that it was forced isolation for me when I first started my business. I had to learn how to do things a different way. Unfortunately, what's happening now is being forced upon a lot of people in our community. And so they might need some part-time income to maybe prop themselves up a little bit. Or possibly it might be an opportunity to look at your life and go, hey, I'm not prepared for any eventuality. Maybe I do need to actually have a little bit of extra passive part-time income, that what if income, if you want to look at it that way. Really this call is just an informative call from people that are actually in the industry, in and around health and fitness, that have a genuine interest in it and want to be aligned with the best, in our opinion, and arguably most heavily scrutinized and regulated product on the planet Earth. And you might find yourself being in like 3 different categories. Let's call them A, B, and C. A, you might be interested in getting on a nutrition program, getting back to the person that invited you onto this call and just saying, hey, I want to get a great result. Can you help follow me up and, give me love and care and just give me that best nutrition and give me a great result? B, you might be one of those people that want to maybe attempt to try and earn that little bit of part-time income. Might be $100 a week. I know that you know, coming from where I have in life, an extra $100 a week is life changing. So it might just be, you know, a bit of part-time income, part-time passive income. Or if you're really interested, teachable, and committed to yourself and your goals, you can go out there and potentially learn from people like us all around the world and have a worldwide business where you can have a royalty income coming into your household, irrespective of what's happening in the world out there. So I hope to impart upon you, at least in this call, that all of these people have given up their time completely free in order to maybe deliver a message, so somebody out here in the call can just, you know, potentially change something, some part of their lives, whether, like I said, feel good, make a little bit of extra, or make a lot extra. It really is determined by you. And for the first time for a lot of us, you'll have the choice. It won't be forced upon you. It's something you get to choose to do for your life right now. My suggestion would be you get back to the person that either sent you this video or got you access to this call, and then just ask about, you know, what do I do now? And the last thing before I sign off is really, we've got a full resource of material for, you know, online at-home workouts from a former Olympian, mother of 4. We've got, you know, amazing things around nutrition, all of the stuff and the product labels and the entire resources that we need to be able to go out there and do real, legitimate, authentic business with people, reputable business with people is there for us on our own portal. So I'd encourage you to get back to the person that sent you this. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll hand you back to Justin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Phil Hayden, and thank you very much for those very wise words, you know, on the call tonight. And look, just to you know, I'd like to thank all the guest speakers on the call tonight for sharing their amazing stories and how Herbalife has impacted them personally, but also how it's allowed them to build a business and a lifestyle that they want. So, look, I do need to mention a couple of quick disclaimers. And you know, income testimonials are based on each individual's efforts, willingness to learn, and consistent work, and may or may not be typical. Herbalife products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and individual results may vary. So, you know, here at Herbalife, we're very proud to have phenomenal support and training systems, and we have local trainees as well as national and international trainees that will help you to grow a fantastic business if that's what you desire. We also have second to none 24/7 online support, you know, available in more than 20 languages that you can tap into. So you could have a Herbalife health and nutrition business from the comfort of your own home. So in finishing, I hope that you've seen on this webinar, I hope that what you've seen on this webinar has been beneficial. I would like to thank you for taking the time to take a look at the webinar tonight. Unfortunately, there are uncertain times out there right now for many. So if you are looking to build certainty in your life right now, the opportunities to build a future with Herbalife are endless. So once again, thank you very much for listening. Thank you.